I don't have it. Screws fall out all the time. The world's an imperfect place.
Crazy, insane.
Insane?
I don't have it. Screws fall out all the time. The world's an imperfect place.
Drink it.
I don't have it. Screws fall out all the time. The world's an imperfect place.
Drink it.
I don't have it. Screws fall out all the time. The world's an imperfect place.
Man,
Every damn night?
every night, Mitch. I ain't playing with you.
On the
I
telephone?
don't have it. Screws fall out all the time.
This boy talking about on the telephone, man.
Man, it's
What
so
the hell?
yeah.
Goddamn, we know there's a telephone, boy. What the heck?
Crazy, insane.
Insane?
I don't have it. Screws fall out all the time. The world's an imperfect place.
Hey everyone, it is April 14th, 2024. You are watching Legit Paranormal on legitpodcast.com. I am Sarah Paranormal. I am here with a little bit of sad news this evening. Sandra Hill will not be with us. She's okay. She's at an event. King Michael, unfortunately, has had an unexpected passing in the family. So he will not be with us this evening. And because at Legit Podcast, we are truly a family, we'll be traveling in the morning to Rhode Island to help Mike and his family in this difficult time, making arrangements and whatever else they could possibly need. The show schedules for this week are going to be a little bit up in the air. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure what's going to be on, who's going to be on, what they're going to be talking about, but we're going to do our best to keep everything going as normally as possible. And because Legit Podcast is a family and we all come together, I have had two of our faves wonderfully volunteer to hop on last minute this Sunday evening. And they're going to talk about, from what I understand, some Bigfoot, some conspiracy theories or whatever they want, because they didn't know that they were going to be here until about 10 minutes ago. So thank you very much to JK47 and Country Boy Mike. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for stepping in and handling the show for us this evening. I'm going to go get ready
My
to
pleasure.
take an unexpected trip to Rhode Island. Thank you so
safe
much,
trip.
everyone.
Give Mike my love.
I will give Mike
give him a
your
love.
love, guys. And everyone who's watching or watches this after, please send all your love and positive energy to King Mike Owl and his family during this difficult time. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.
What up, my man?
What's up, JK?
Well, let's start with our sponsors, Legit Tumblers. The king himself right here with us.
In the house.
King. Keeps the hot stuff hot, the cold
Keeps the
stuff
cold
cold.
What more could you ask for in a tumbler?
That's right. And
And
then
we can-
highharvest.net.
Some orders too. All you gotta do is go to Legit Podcast website, go to the store. We have a little page there. You can pick your colors. You can find us on Facebook, Legit Tumblers. You DM us with your order.
Plus, if they sign up for the newsletter on legitpodcast.com, they get 10% off.
Exactly. And they are doing a raffle on a tumbler that we made, that Country Girl Jenny made. And it glows in the dark. I wish I had it here, a picture of it to show, but
There's our favorite guest, Shannon. What's up?
Hey,
How's
Shannon.
it going? Welcome. Yeah, man.
Find us on Facebook.
Also, highharvest.net. When you're feeling down, it gets you up.
It'll bring you up.
It's on the East Coast there. Check them out. But yeah, man. So tonight, there's a lot of stuff that we can talk about. I know I had you as a guest on Legit Darkness Descends, and we talked about a lot of stuff. And it's been a while since we've checked in. So What's been going on in your life, man?
Oh, we've hit a couple bumps, and my cat's back here cleaning himself. He's the cat man. I'm the Batman.
I'm not Robin. I'll never be a psychic.
No, we're waiting on orders, tumbler orders. That's what we live for.
All right.
So, but yeah, we've had a little bit of a bumpy road here the last couple of weeks, but we're getting back up there. We're trying to sell the house, and hopefully that will soon.
What do you guys think ectoplasm's made from? That's a good question, Shannon.
That is a good question.
I have never seen ectoplasm. I've never touched it. I would love to see it or touch it. I've seen a full-blown apparition, but I've never seen anything left by it.
I've seen apparitions. I've never seen anything left by it. We've had an apparition of a little girl go right through our house, never left anything. I think people that find the ectoplasm, I think that's from maybe something from another realm, another dimension. If it even exists, I've never really heard of anybody seeing ectoplasm except for on Ghostbusters.
Well, if you think about it, if you think about how small we can be, like in the quantum realm, I mean, it takes so much to make a molecule of water. I mean, H2O. It takes one hydrogen, two oxygen, and then millions of those to make one little drop of water.
I'm glad you know all that, because that's news to me. And I just learned that at 56 years old. Or maybe I just forgot.
Maybe it's like ghost sweat is what she said. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe they've been working out, running around, running through walls, and they just leave it on. Let's just call it ghost sweat from now on. I'm good with that. That's fine with me.
Swamp ass on a ghost.
Swamp ass on a ghost. No, I agree. I think
there's any residue left. I would have to say whatever left that residue is probably from another dimension.
Yeah, or could it just be certain elements or molecules left by it combining with another one?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so if a ghost is going through a wall on this infrastructure of molecules, this one, has a collision and it makes some weird chemical. You don't know. I haven't seen it, and I hope I do someday. I really do. I hope I see ectoplasm. I would love to get slimed like Bill Murray. He slimed me. I would love it. I would love it. I would totally be in for that. But, something happened last week, man, and a lot of weird shit's been happening this week.
Yes,
like, that's what she said. Thanks, Jennifer. I appreciate it, Jeanette. I appreciate that. No, a lot of weird shit's been happening this last week. So last Monday was the eclipse. All right. Number one, there's this conspiracy or whatever you want to call it going around that there has been a lot of jet trails and that's what caused people to sleep through the eclipse and stuff. I slept through the eclipse. I didn't wake up till 1, and the eclipse where I'm at was at 11. I always wake up at at least 9 a.m. And it was weird. I woke up kind of like groggy and kind of out of my head.
Time zone though, you're like 3 hours ahead of us. But I was up early, and I walked outside to go to the store, and I looked up. And there was just like crisscross. I mean, there had to be 100 different chemtrails, all crisscross, covering the whole sky. And
that's what they call them, chemtrails.
Yeah, by noon, the whole sky was just nothing but clouds.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
And the eclipse really didn't happen until on the East Coast till later that afternoon.
Yeah, 3:03 is when it peaked here, I believe.
Yeah, so that gave it a full 3 hours to go through the atmosphere and cause people to experience all this weird crap. Because if you think about it, all of a sudden the OJ died, He died this week.
Yeah.
And friggin' Iran attacks Israel. There's all sorts of weird stuff going on all over the world.
Well, that's been it's been proven in past eclipses, like in the 1800s, the last solar eclipse they had like that. It was like 3 months after that is when they had some of the worst earthquakes.
Yeah, there was an earthquake right before the eclipse.
Right.
So
So
4.8, and the eclipse is on 4.8.
I honestly believe that eclipse, when you have an eclipse like that, it's you get new moons, everything is new. Things are going to change.
Yeah, and see, Shannon said it was eerie stillness here. There was no bird singing, nothing. Yeah, because they were asleep. This stuff put us to sleep. I'm telling you, I don't sleep till 1 o'clock. I'm an Army veteran. I'm up at the crack of dawn, and if before that, and it was really weird.
I only woke up at the crack of dawn one time, and that was like 23 years old. I don't even remember who she was. So
that's bad, man. That's bad. That's Army talk there. That's bad. But yeah, I'm just saying, it's just kind of weird how there's all this weird stuff start happening. You know, it's almost like we kind of did like a flip on our dimension. You know what I mean? Like maybe they started the hydrogen collider again. You know,
there's a lot of conspiracies around that eclipse because there's too much going on for one eclipse. I remember we had a full solar eclipse back in the 70s. I was in like grade school, but I remember it, and it was nothing. But what we had, they shot 3 rockets up that day towards the eclipse. CERN started up a week before, or actually a month before the eclipse, but it was supposed to reach full power on the day of the eclipse. We've got this comet the Devil's Comet, is supposed to be passing by the 21st of this month. But yeah, just the day of the eclipse, the cicadas coming, waking up. I mean,
they come every year though.
It's I don't know. There's too much going on.
They did turn the CERN on the eclipse. So why are they turning the CERN on every eclipse? Are we trying to get back to our normal reality, like that whole Sinbad conspiracy with that movie that he made of Shazam about when Shaq was a genie. Back in the 90s, and now you can't find that movie anywhere. People don't.
No, I remember that. I actually seen that in the theaters when it came out.
Did you?
So
I don't think I would spend money to see Shaq as a genie.
But
I was more of a Jordan fan myself.
I honestly think that they screwed around too much, and we flipped dimensions, and they're trying to get us back in our regular timeline.
And they're just fucking it up worse, right?
That's what it's. Don't even get me started.
Well, you're supposed to start. This is legit. We're supposed to be proving everything.
The rabbit hole could get us in trouble, though. So
we just can't say anything about anything that has to do with this year.
Sarah said we behave ourselves tonight.
Yeah, right. So you'll notice his logo says, "I'm the Batman and I'm not the Rock." That's because of his shirt. That's why we put those there. And I'll never be a sidekick. I'm more like Black Adam. I'm an anti-hero. I'll protect you, but I ain't going to do it for the right reason.
So Black Adam eventually did become a hero, though.
I know.
Okay, here's a Mandela effect for you. Here's a Mandela effect for you.
Even Shannon agrees that the collider makes some type of portal. And I'm telling you, it has to do with all that quantum energy.
See, here's a Mandela effect for you. I remember growing up, I was a big DC fan. I had collected comic books. Yeah. Black Adam used to be ATOM.
Oh, there you go.
It was Black Adam, like the atom bomb. And now all of a sudden it's Black Adam, ADAM.
There you go. There's all sorts of weird
That
stuff.
was the first thing I noticed when Black Adam came out. I'm like, that's not even the same Black Adam, because the Black Adam, when I was growing up in the comic books, was ATOM. So, you know.
I'm just enjoying my Tumblr, man.
YouTube's okay. I can do this all night.
Let's do it, dude. we got another 45 minutes of this crap. I gotta turn the heater off. It's cold in my basement. All these spirits down here and shit. So speaking of energy and stuff, so you've had a lot of experiences with spirituality and actual aliens and everything. Did you want to tell a little about your alien encounters?
Yeah, I won't go in depth, but
just give us the synopsis.
It started when I was a kid. I was about 7, 8 years old. Me and my dad saw a cylindrical shaped UAP go over the house, treetop level, no sound, no nothing, just a red light at the end of it. And after that is when my dad used to have to go get me out of the front yard. It's just standing there in a trance, doors locked, don't know how I got out there, bring me back in the house. I've had all kinds of, I don't really want to go put it out there right now like that in public. I've dealt with it all my life, on and off, certain periods of my life. It seems like more during stressful times of my life.
So why do you think that would happen? Why do you think they would show up during your worst moments or your most stressful times in life? Do you think they're trying to help you or trying to see how strong you can be if we added this stress into your life?
I don't know. I've got several experiences. Where they've only harmed me once, and I really didn't feel it. But Sarah has seen the mark on my arm. It's a perfect square rectangle. And when I was living in Indiana, my daughter was living with me at the time, her and her family, and I had gotten up out of bed, went and got my coffee, sat down, was drinking my coffee, and my daughter looks at me. She says, "What'd you do to your wrist?" And I'm like, well, I look down and I've got this perfectly rectangle chunk of meat missing that had been cauterized. And you can tell it was like a 30-second thickness that was taken out. And you can look at my arm now and you can actually see the dent where it was taken out. And it was completely cauterized, no pain, no nothing. And 2 weeks after that, that morning after I saw that, I went and pulled the sheets off the bed, everything, no blood, no nothing. That's
what I would do. I would check. I'd be like, "What the heck's this?" I didn't have that when I went to bed. What the heck?
But the weird thing is 2 weeks after that, that whole spot on my wrist bubbled up like a blister, like a burn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's when I actually felt the pain, because it literally felt like a burn blister 2 weeks later. And I'm like, what the hell? And I've carried the scar with me today. But it's stuff like that. I've woken up paralyzed multiple times, and entities around the bed.
So let me ask you this real quick. Let me ask you, so back in the 60s, 50s, 60s, there were UAP sightings, there was UFO sightings, and, Roswell happened and all that stuff. But ever since we built those neutron colliders, and we fired them up, do you think we've had more viewings?
Even I'm seeing them. I'm seeing them more in broad daylight. I had an experience at work, a Tic Tac shaped white one. It was going at kind of a slow pace, slower than an airplane, and then it just disappeared. But more people are seeing it. More people are coming forward with it. But my theory on that, I have my own theory. I believe yes, people are seeing them. I believe yes, they are coming from somewhere else. Some of them are coming from other dimensions or outer space, however you want to put it. I believe most of them are coming from other dimensions. That's my belief. Because if you think about it, a dimension is nothing but another world.
Right.
So you can think of dimensions as outer space, or you can think of space as outer space. But I believe I've been doing some research, and I found out that we've had space technology like that decades before we even went to the moon.
Yeah.
Kennedy actually knew about it. And
do you think that's why he was killed?
That's allegedly, and I believe it, that's why he was assassinated, is he was going to spill the beans that we have already had this technology, and they were using the moon landing. And I believe we've been on the moon, but I don't think it happened the way the history says it happened.
Could be.
I honestly think the whole moon landing was a cover-up for something that we had already been doing.
Or Russia, right? Maybe Russia fucked something up and they couldn't fix it and they asked for help.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Germany was the first country to come up with that kind of technology to where they could travel in space. After World War II, we stole that technology and we upgraded it. We've had, I believe, a lot of the spaceships that people are seeing, or some of them, not a lot, but some of them are our own. Take the triangular shaped ones that people see. We actually have a patent on that ship, the TR-3B. There's actually a patent on that.
Okay.
So
I'm not doubting you. You did your research on this. You're the conspiracy theorist. I can't wait for your show to start on this network.
It's going to be a little bit. We're going to wait till after we move to start it. But we've had this technology since World War II. And I believe that's why President Trump came out with Space Force, just like Kennedy came out with the moon landing to cover up what we were already doing. That's what the Space Force is all about, because we're going to start seeing more and more and more of them. And then people are going to start finding out slowly that they are ours. And
so Shannon says Arizona reptiles underground. She's actually channeled, because Shannon's a medium. She's been able to communicate. Shannon, you got to message me. I want to have you on my show one night.
I am really interested in channeling. I've watched videos of people who channel, and I'm so interested in it. And I want to learn how to do it. I really do. I mean, with my PK and everything, if I really learned how to control it, I could probably do it. And I'm interested. I really am.
See, honestly, that's what I believe is that the soul or our energy is different ages. Like you could have a person that's 70 years old and yet they're still a young soul. They're not in tune with themselves. But here you go, you have a 14-year-old that's an older soul that's come through the cycle at least 4 or 5 times, that is able to grow up with these abilities. I mean, you're an empath, I'm an empath. Your wife's an intuitionist. She can feel things happening before they happen. And that there's a lot of ifs and ands. I've talked to so many people, even on my show on Friday. I talked to Laura Lee Potvin, and she's got to be one of the oldest souls that I know, because she knows so much about everything that's going on. And I suggest you guys check that last show out that I had on Friday. We talked about a lot of stuff, and it's just crazy how energy is connected to all of us. We're all connected,
right?
And it's just crazy.
And you want to know what's crazy is I've dealt with paranormal and extraterrestrial all my life.
Yeah.
And I believe in destiny. I believe in fate. I think it was fate that we met up with Sarah, because Sarah came and investigated the house, which got me into learning more about energy and myself, and then finding out, I have these gifts. So now I'm wanting to learn how to use these gifts. But I think it was all meant to be. I think we were all meant together as a family to learn from one another.
No, exactly. It's that. So, that energy attracts. So like positive energy wants to stay with positive energy, and negative energy
Right.
doesn't want to go near positive energy because there's no reason to do it. You think about the people that just want to hurt other people. That's the only other people they attract are criminals. And it's just the way life is.
I never dreamed of ever having gifts. And I'm 56 years old, and I'm just now learning this, But
much love the Legit family. Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you very much.
I'm learning more about myself spiritually than anything else. I used to be mean all the time, and
Me too, man.
Never knew why I was always mean, always grumpy, and until I found out that I was an empath and I was absorbing all this negative energy, which was making me the person that I was. But now that I know how to release all that negative energy that I absorb or deflect it, which I'm learning more how to deflect it than absorb it. And I'm a much better person. I'm happier more. Now if I'm around negativity, then I feel it real heavy. And I
do believe that negativity can play a very crucial part in your life. And just like Shannon said, she had an attachment. So a spiritual attachment, and because of that, because of how evil it was, she actually lost her leg because of it, and that's horrible. And I'm sorry, Shannon. I really feel for you. And Rick's on here. He says, "Hey guys, love you, love you too, Rick.
Love you, brother."
Yeah, but I think the more positivity that you put out in this world, you're going to receive back, because that positive attracts a positive. So as long as you keep yourself whole, keep your universe whole, then this multiverse is going to come to you with love and light. That's what it is.
Right.
There's just so much. There's so much that this world doesn't know, and I'm glad you're good, Shannon. And
there's so much hatred and negativity around the world.
Yeah,
around the whole world right now. You got to stay positive. You got to keep positivity close to you.
So do you believe there's more negative in the world than there is positive?
At this time, yeah. I mean,
I look
at what's going on around the world. There is so much. I mean, negativity is running rampant. It is, and it amazes me how much negativity is all around the world right now. It's like the world is imploding on itself right now.
No, exactly. Like when I went to Iraq, man, I was so terrified. I've never been that scared in my life. And especially when I crossed the border from Kuwait into Iraq, and it took us 3 days to get to Fallujah. It was the most terrifying time of my life. And as I was there, I just told myself, it's okay. You're with your friends. Your friends believe in you. You believe in your friends, and everything will be all right. And, some amazing things happened that led me to the point that I'm at. I suffer from PTSD, and I stopped taking my medications because they just numbed me. They just made me feel like a zombie, and I just stopped. And I looked into myself, and I started questioning, why am I mad? Why am I this way? Why why? And that's what I would think, and it would calm me down, especially when I'm in large crowds. Large crowds really trigger me because of a bad incident that happened in Ramadi. We were driving through Ramadi to get to the headquarter base, and there were thousands of Iraqis. They just started throwing rocks and screws at me, and because I was a gunner up on the gun, and those guys were safe in the Humvee. I'm getting pelted, and I just wanted to shoot them all, but I couldn't.
Right.
And so when I'm in large crowds, I tend to get aggravated. But now with what I know from spirit and stuff in these last 3 years is that they're there to protect me. They got me through that very hard time in my life in Iraq, and they're still going to protect me. They know my life's purpose before I did.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So Jeanette says she agrees with Batman. So you're the Batman now, and there's a Catwoman behind you.
That's Lex Luthor.
Yeah. So yeah. Love and light. That's all I want to spread. And that's what helps me communicate with spirit. That's why I believe I get so connected with spirit when I do my live communications and stuff. In fact, I still have to talk to Jenny. I got to do her session because she wanted me to contact somebody. So you'll have to remind me.
She's kind of wondering about that, and I told her, I'm like, why don't you get JK?
Yeah. No, I'm more than happy to. Yeah. So this Tuesday will be my 5th and final session with Mr. Tesla, and I'm actually gonna try to see if I can find missing persons. I'm gonna, instead of working on cold cases, I'm gonna try to see if I can find missing persons. I'm gonna try to contact with their spirit guides. So awesome. That should be fun. Hey Chris, what's up, brother? So what do you feel about cryptids? I know we wanted to talk about Bigfoot a little.
Jenny, what do you think about Bigfoot? She's so hung up on Bigfoot right now. She wants
my favorite show are those guys down south
living around.
What was it? Monster Hunters? Those guys down south that would hunt Bigfoot. That's my favorite show on Discovery.
Jenny's hooked on Bigfoot right now. I think that's why she's got her eyes set on North Carolina to move once we sell. So she wants to get there in the mountains. So, but
where would you go? Where would you go if you wanted to hunt for Bigfoot? Where would you go?
Where would I go?
Yeah.
If you look at the most recent map of Bigfoot sightings, years ago, decades ago, everything was on the West Coast, Oregon, Washington State.
Right.
If you look at the maps now as where all the Bigfoot sightings are, the whole East Coast from Maryland all the way down to Florida, just loaded with sightings.
Isn't that the Appalachian Mountains?
Yeah.
That go down that way?
Yeah. And I honestly believe, and my honest opinion about the whole Sasquatch thing, I honestly think they come from another dimension. I don't think they're actually here. I think that's why people see them 1 second and next second they're gone. I believe they're multi-dimensional. They can travel through dimensions. But out of all the cryptids, Mothman, Rake, all of them, which one do you fear the most?
I'm afraid of snakes more than a Bigfoot or a cryptid, dude. Like, just the fact of going through the forest in the summer at night when the snakes are more, I'm most fearful of a Eastern diamond, Western diamondback than the Bigfoot itself.
I've seen, when I was growing up down in south of here in Florida, I grew up around a lot of swampland. The biggest rattlesnake I ever seen was about 9 foot long. Had 20 rattlers and a button on it. Yeah. He was huge. He was stretched out across a clay road. Yeah,
oh my God.
But the one cryptid I fear the most is the Rake.
The Rake?
the red.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd be more afraid of the Mothman just because he could strike from above and you never look up.
I think, no, with the Mothman, I think the Mothman is kind of like a watcher. I think he's more of a warning of things that are about to happen bad.
Well, they say that he collapsed that bridge
They saw him on the bridge before it collapsed. I think the Mothman, if it's real, to me, is more of a warning that things are going to happen. So that's my theory.
And it says, yes, Batman. You got to do your Batman voice for
I'm Batman.
that sounded like a Southern Batman.
That's redneck mud and Batman. Yeah, I got to put my camouflage hat on.
Yeah, there you go. Now we can't see you.
I'm the Batman.
I'm the Batman. You are not the Batman. You were merely born in the back. I was born into it. I'd be Bane. That's who I'd be. I'd be Bane.
You know, Sarah's shaking her head right now. She's watching.
I know. She's loving it. We're doing good, dude. So, yeah, man. Like, as far as the cryptids go, like, I don't know, man. Like I hate going out to sea. I hate the ocean just because of sharks, and I hate going in the mountains when it's hot because I know there's rattlesnakes and crap. I just hate snakes. I hate sharks. Like those would be the two scariest cryptids if they were huge, you know.
All right. You got some clips?
Dude, I can do whatever. Yeah, I got plenty.
Let's
Yeah, the Meg, like a dinosaur. Jeanette says the Meg. Yeah, no way, man. That thing would swallow me whole, and I wouldn't even know I was being eaten until I was in the belly.
Okay, so now the new fearmongers on TikTok now, there's supposedly this big thing that just emerged from the coast of Africa underwater, and it's heading north. It's just a big blob of something on the radar underwater. They think it's some kind of big sea creature that's the size of Texas. You know, so that's the new fear mongering on TikTok right now.
So Shannon brought up a point. Cryptids are half experiment, half animal. But what if it does tie to aliens? What if the aliens are experimenting on these animals and then putting them back on Earth?
Here's a rabbit hole. I believe in predictive television. I believe a lot of the stuff you watch in movies and stuff is the government tells us what's really going on. I really do, because with things that are happening now, I look back at like the old Stargate show, Stargate SG-1.
Well, don't most stories come from truth anyways at one point in time?
Right. But think about Chewbacca on Star Wars.
All right.
9 foot tall. Harry, you know what I mean? I myself have never seen a skunk ape or a Yeti or a Bigfoot, but I know there's more and more sightings. I honestly believe they're interdimensional. I believe they come through portals. I believe that they're like watching.
Do you think the aliens make those portals? Maybe when they're done experimenting on them and they run out of room on their spaceship, they just send them back to us and let us deal with them?
I honestly think they come from other worlds. I think they are from
okay. All right.
You know, maybe they're like watchers. Maybe they're like watchers. Because you only see them in the forest and in the woods. Maybe they're watchers of the woods from another dimension. I know.
So I watched this documentary on that ranch in Utah. I forgot its name. Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah. And this actual scientist, like this guy that's legit rocket scientist, you know, he was telling the story, and he said, I looked to my left and there was like this orange orange glow, and he looked at it closer, and he could see into another world.
Right.
And this thing came crawling out, and he went running back into the cabin. It was like, well, I'm not going back out there. I don't blame him, you know.
I believe there's portals. I honestly do.
But to get to that point in technology, it just makes you think how unadvanced we are as humans.
Einstein proved that the whole universe is all connected together. You know, the Einstein-Rosen bridge. I mean, the black holes can go anywhere in the universe. You know, I believe in all that. Yeah, I mean, the universe is infinite.
So what about skinwalkers? Do you think they're ancient medicine men that are still alive, that are able to turn into their spirit animals and then appear as man and disappear? Or do you think that's still alien stuff too?
That's hard to say. I mean, I've not really gotten into skinwalkers and shape-shifting stuff like that. It's something I need to look up.
Like I said on that episode of Skinwalker Ranch, the local people that live outside of the ranch, they would see lights in the sky. They've had radiation burns on their arms from this stuff.
If there is such creature that can shapeshift like that, it would have to be alien in nature.
That's what I think. To be able to control your molecular structure, you know, to change on demand.
Allegedly, reptilian shapeshift.
Well, and they talked. Shannon talked about that earlier. She's communicated with the reptiles in Arizona.
So,
I mean, that's where most reptiles live, anyways, is in Arizona. So it makes sense,
right?
I mean, it's just crazy, man. That I don't know what's beneath us. I mean, the deepest hole that we've dug in the earth is only 8 miles, and it's solid rock. And they stopped digging because they couldn't get any further. And I mean, we don't know what's beneath the feet.
Well, I honestly believe, and I know people watching this probably think I'm crazy. I'm not, but
no, you're not crazy. We just like to talk about
crazy. I kept my story in for so many years and never told it, and this is why I've got somebody going to write a book on it for me. So, but I need to get it out there. But I believe there are a lot of different races that work together. I've actually seen it with my own eyes. I mean, I woke up on a table paralyzed, a cold table paralyzed, had 4 different species surrounding me. And somehow I broke that being paralyzed. I broke that and sat up on that table. And this big, ugly, really scaly, reptilian looking creature, brown, slammed me down on the table. And next thing I know, I'm waking up in the bed. You know,
see, that's crazy, dude. That's,
you know how I can always tell how I
like,
can
no, I'm not doubting that it happened to you. I'm just saying, but how could you experience that and then just all of a sudden you're in your bed and you have that burn mark on your arm with the
it's weird how that works, and I haven't figured that out yet. I mean, I've watched tall blues that were gathered around my bed, and my partner at the time, she's sound asleep. I can't move, but I've got these 6-7 foot tall blue creatures with black jumpsuits around the bed. Next thing I know, there's this portal opening in my wall, and I lived in a trailer, and that's where they ended. And then I can move.
That's one thing that me and Lori talked about on Friday was, okay, so we're in a 3rd dimensional reality. You know, we can see 2-dimensional reality, we can see 1-dimensional reality, but we can't see 4th or 5th. So obviously there's these beings that know how to come through this stuff and mess with us. It's like us with ants in a magnifying glass.
That's why. That's why my belief is, and I stay by my belief, that it's not outer space. I believe most of your extraterrestrial are actually ultra terrestrials from other dimensions, not extraterrestrials. I believe they're traveling from other dimensions, not from outer space.
Yeah. I mean, what's to say that the UFOs we see and then all of a sudden disappear aren't just going back to their dimension as opposed to going to outer space?
Right.
You know, and it's crazy. And I wish we could figure it out. I wish we could.
You're seeing more and more videos of UFOs and portals open and stuff like that, but don't believe half of what you see on the internet, because with the technology we got now, they can do anything. So I don't see much
editing and video editing.
I agree with Sarah Normal on this one. If it's not time stamped, I'm not going to take it hard.
I believe if it's not live or time stamped to where you can see if it's edited or not. But I've seen apps that will actually put, timestamps that you can create up on the video. Yeah.
I didn't know you had them.
Yeah. Shannon says, I'm Pleiadian represent. All right. And Chris said, what'd you say, Chris? There you are. The minute I believe a video comes, yeah. No, I'm the same way. Hi, Irene. Welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just there's so many unanswered questions that we're not capable of answering, and that's why I want to sit down with like an actual quantum physicist and be like, how could that be possible? Is there a way, that something can go through this space to this space without being seen? Or I don't know, maybe that's a guess that I could get on a show. I don't know if they'd come on.
Right. I don't know. You and me, I think we've done a pretty good job tonight with no supervision.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm the crazy one who loves to talk to spirits. Hey, I'm crazy too then. I talk to spirits every Tuesday at noon. I talk to them live on my targeting with the JK-47. You'll have to check it out, Irene.
Yes, you have to. He's very good at
the last 4 weeks I've been talking to Nikola Tesla.
You know
that
what?
would be an awesome show.
You know what? We've done such a good job tonight. I'm supposed to be coming up with my shows on conspiracies. But
so what would your first show be about? What's the one conspiracy that you would want to start off with?
Oh shit.
Give people a teaser. What's the one conspiracy that to get you started, to start this snowball down the mountain? What's that one that you want to talk about first?
What we were talking about earlier, because that's something nobody knows about. And
what, JFK or which one?
The whole Space Force, decades. That's something people do not know about. I've got to learn how to cut clips is what I got to do. So I can put what I can't get it from, I can put it out there so people can see it themselves so they know I'm not bullshitting.
I'll teach you. I'll teach you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not all tech like that. I don't know how to do that kind of stuff. But that's one subject I would want to, and I'd want to make a series out of that from then to now. And
I know spirits do wear underwear. I know they do. Because nobody wants to show their shit. Everybody has to wear underwear. Even Adam and Eve had a leaf. Everybody wears underwear. I totally believe in that. The full body apparition I saw at my first investigation, she was in a full gown. I'm sure she had underwear. I didn't want to check. I went right to bed because it scared the crap out of me.
No, but maybe maybe you and I should do a show together. I mean,
whatever you want, man. I mean, I got 3 shows right now. What's a 4th? It's just another day.
you could co-host, man. I think that'd be awesome. I think we did pretty good tonight.
Hell yeah, we did good. Everybody says we did all right. So we still got about 10 minutes, man. So we can talk about, yeah. So is the Earth flat or is it round?
The Earth is actually oblong.
Pear-shaped. That's what I've heard. It's pear-shaped.
It's not completely round. And I'm not going to tell you how I know that because then people will think I'm crazy. But yeah, it's not flat, but it's not completely round either.
No. So we had a guest on Talking with the Source, and I asked her, right, because she lives down in Florida, like where you do. Her name's Nancy Thierman or something like that, and she's still able to communicate with alien beings. And I said, the next time you talk to the aliens, ask them, can you please settle this argument? Is the Earth flat or is it round? And she said, oh, I already asked that, and it's like a pear. It's like it's oblong. I was like, oh,
Let me tell you my latest experience that really.
See, Shannon says it's oblong too.
It is, but the last experience, I believe that people who are randomly and abducted over and over again, I believe they have a watcher. I really do. And how I know this is when we were having all this paranormal stuff going on in our house, I had an experience after I had meditated one night, and she had seen pretty much the same thing. I mean, we both experienced orbs opening up and then sucking back in like a portal in our house. But this one night in our room where we make our tumblers now, I had seen the same thing. I seen a ball of light come out. A few seconds later, there's a cloaked figure wearing a black cloak. All I could see was just partial of his face. It acted like it wanted me to see it. It acted like it wanted me to know it was there, because I looked at it close enough to where I could literally draw a picture of it. Wow. And I looked at it for a good 2-3 seconds. You know, I see shadows all the time, shadow figures, and they're there and then they're gone. This actually hung out like it wanted me to see, hey, look, I'm watching you.
Right.
But I didn't get a sense of fear from it. I got more of a sense of ease.
And see, that ties into that 4th dimension, 5th dimension stuff. You know, like they can appear like an ant that won't see us because our legs are about as big as a building or whatever to them until we look down and go in. But I mean, that's just how crazy that quantum physics realm is.
Right. And when after I saw that, that's when I started believing more in spirit guides.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Because I literally got the feeling that it wanted me to notice it. I really did. And it was weird.
All right, my brother. So we're about time's up.
Yep.
What do you want to say to sign off?
Believe. There's more out there than what people do believe. Order some tumblers. Go to legitpodcast.com to the store. Order some tumblers. Go to Legit Tumblers on Facebook. DM us. You got a special order? We do beer mugs. We do 30-ounce tumblers. We do custom orders. Just DM us. Let us know what you want.
Legit Tumblers. That's what their logo looks like. I'll turn around. You guys got to get one. It brings good luck into your life. That ought to increase sales. No, I'm just kidding.
If you're part of a paranormal group and you have a logo, you'd like your logo on it, we can do your logos. I mean, That's what way I did JK's and everybody, we other members.
No, if you got a picture, what if they had a picture of a family member or something that
we
they
can do
wanted
that
on?
too. You seen
Okay.
the one? Did you see the tumbler I made for Shao Wooten? It's got
Yeah.
her picture on it. I did the same thing for Sin Schrager. They should be getting theirs any day. So
Shannon says she doesn't want shit. Thank you. I'm good. Well, Shannon, it's all right. You can have that opinion, but if you want something that keeps the hot stuff hot and the cold stuff cold, trust me, go to Legit. Go to Legit Tumblers. You get 10% off.
Find us on Facebook, Shannon. Legit Tumblers.
Maybe Mike will send you one for free since you don't need it. You don't want it. You've been a good supporter. So is Jeanette. We love you guys so much.
Thanks for joining us.
You know what? I'm gonna pull a card for you guys. I do this on my shows. This is the Oracle deck from Kyle Gray. It's the Angel Guide deck. This is how my guides speak to me every day as to what I should look forward to the day. You know, and with everything that's going on right now and how crazy this world is, you know, let's see what our guides tell us to look forward to this week. And yeah, I feel pretty good. So it says no. So what this card means is before you guys go and make a big decision, take that step back because it might not be the right one. The no is not a bad card. It's just saying that you might embellish the truth too much, and you know you just go with what people recommend you. But it's time to take a step back. It's time to take a step back and look to the situation that's in front of you. Don't be afraid to tell somebody no. If you don't feel it's right, you know, don't be afraid to tell people no. This is your universe. This is your universe. You control it. You control who you let into it. Don't be afraid to say no. You know, and the best thing I can tell you guys is just live in love and light. Just love each other. Just be good to each other, and that positive energy is going to pay off. That's what I've learned.
Very, very powerful word.
Yeah, truly is. But we love you all from legitpodcast.com. I am JK47 Paranormal, and this is Country Boy Mike.
Tonight I'm Batman, though.
I'm not Robin. I will never be Robin. All right, guys. We love you all. Thank you so much for watching.
Love you guys.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.